Hello, this is Kelly Gatewood, and this is my Module 8 about leading with a moral compass. The first article we reviewed was called Moral Compass. And basically, it was talking about that you must have integrity, that your yes has to mean yes and your no has to mean no. Your moral compass is your true north. It's what guides you. There is right and wrong and not just what fits the situation. And when you're a leader, your personal business will come out. Some of the highlights of the second article that we reviewed of having a moral compass is that you always must put people first in your decision making, respect individual dignity, treat everyone fairly, be honest, and draw your line in the sand. I like that it talked about this draw your line in the sand because my parent talks about that a lot, that her mom taught her that. And we use that example a lot in our school, that we draw our lines as teachers and the kids can put their toes up to that line, but they can't cross that line. The third article we reviewed was Encountering the Stranger, Hannah Ardette, and the Shortcoming of Empathy as a Moral Compass. Okay, most people think you're going to use empathy as a moral compass, but it really shouldn't, because empathy is seeing it through someone else's perspective. And empathy should not be the center of a moral compass because empathy is biased and unreliable. Your center of your moral compass should be the ability to think and take responsibility in the face of perpetual uncertainty. Moral emotions, concepts unwrapped was the next article that we had that I chose to do. And the moral judgments are based on emotions. Basically, you need to listen to your gut feeling. And there are 4 different kinds of emotions that we base it on. We have the first one, which is self-conscious, which it motivates to follow society's norms. And that's when you have your guilt and shame and your embarrassment. We have condemning emotions, which steer you in the right direction. And the emotions that you can feel with that are contempt, anger, and disgust. You have praising emotions, which stimulate you to act pro-socially. And the feelings that you might have would be gratitude, moral elevation, which is where you feel better for doing something for someone else. And then your last emotion is suffering emotion, which causes you to help others in need. So such as sympathy, compassion, and empathy. The final article I believe that we did was Set Your Moral Compass Due North. And your moral compass is your inner sense of right and wrong. It's the golden rule to where you treat others the way you want to be treated. And then they also talked about the rights theory, which is where you respect the rights of others and live up to your obligations towards them. Oh, sorry, one more. Moral compass. The moral compass mental process is the moral compass mental process is the point a person is in a particular direction in life. Morality is the basis of character and is wrapped around ethics. Moral compasses are not forward-facing directions. We are just more aware of behaviors and not of universal moral north. So basically what this is saying is it seems like our world's getting really bad and we no longer have morals and nobody's following the same morals, but we really still have them. We just see and understand when people aren't following them as well now because of like social media and everything we hear about in the news all the time. My moral compass, it was pretty simple because I feel like I kind of live a simple life. My gut and what I do when I make my decisions is what's going to help me sleep well at night. What can I go to bed and not think about? If I lay awake and think about something that happened, then I know I didn't follow my moral compass well. My south of it, the complete opposite of it, is if it's going to harm someone or against the law, I'm not going to do it. And then my east and my west, I threw in the golden rule that we already talked about earlier, which is do unto others as you'd want done to yourself. But then I also threw in the platinum rule, which I think is a good one that we don't talk about near enough. And that is treat others as you would want them to treat you. And so it's a little different than the golden rule, but still the same thing. We want to treat everybody like we want to be treated. Here are the references that I used. And then my addendum page was that this assignment demonstrated correlation to the 2 CLOs selected because it had us reflecting on why we make the decisions we will when we are the leaders. It has helped us to determine why we follow the moral compasses that we do. The resources provided increased my content knowledge of having a moral compass and its benefits because it has taught me why I think the way I do about things and that I can make sure I'm being more moral when I'm making decisions. My relevancy statement is that this assignment was relevant to my current learning because it stressed the importance of always making moral decisions when I have to make hard decisions. I feel like I've always had a good, strong moral compass, so this assignment improved my understanding of having moral compass and its benefits. My personal reflection was that this assignment will influence my decision as a future leader, because I know that I need to always make decisions following my moral compass so I can sleep well at night, knowing I've done the best job possible and never let anyone make me do something that I don't agree with. Gaining this new content knowledge, and by creating a pictorial representation of my own moral compass, my presentation, my video, improved my future education leadership skills by making me stronger in my beliefs so I can ensure that I am making wise decisions. Thank you very much.